Hello everyone, this is your old Chinese friend Charles. Long time no see. During this pandemic, I think a lot of friends, a lot of old friends cannot meet each other. But it's long time, it's been long time, good to see you again. I know today it's not only the customers and friends from North American market, but also from some Asian countries, European countries. So it's a lot of friends we here today. So it's my honor to be here today to make a presentation with my beautiful colleague Christy. So here I would like to invite my colleague Christy to do the presentation with me. Yeah, Christy.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to see all of my friends here, and I feel very honored to partner with Charles, this cool guy.
Yeah, Christy, this is your first time to do the live stream, right?
Yes, this is my first time to do this kind of work.
So how do you feel like? Are you excited or nervous?
A little nervous, but very, very excited.
Oh, calm down, relax, take it easy. So here we go. Now let's get started the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start. As we all know, the XR technology has been very widely used. Have you watched the second season of The Mandalorian, the famous film produced by Disney? The Mandalorian has brought new awareness to all the film production industry. Then let's have a look of one video for us to know more. Here.
Let's check it out.
Yes, check it out.
While filming this scene from Disney's The Mandalorian, the actors could see their surroundings, but the surroundings weren't actually there. All of this is just LED screens, displaying backgrounds pre-made in a video game engine. Compare that with this fight scene from Avengers Endgame, where actors jumped around in a sea of green, imagining how VFX artists would make this planet look once filming had ended. The Mandalorian is one of the first major productions to choose LED walls over green screens, and the benefits for the actors are just the tip of the iceberg. LED walls make the lighting better, filming smoother, and in certain cases cost a lot less than using green screens. But to understand why the team behind The Mandalorian chose these LED screens, we have to understand just how they work. Mandalorian showrunner Jon Favreau revolutionized virtual production while directing The Lion King and The Jungle Book. However, the process for these two remakes still relied heavily on blue screen and post-production work. For The Mandalorian, LED wall technology seemed like the next logical step, given the show's production budget and time frame.
Hey, how do you feel, Charles?
Well, it's pretty cool. It's a very cool movie.
Yes, because it has used the new technology XR.
Yes, that's awesome.
With the application of this technology, it looks very real and make the situation feel like a real world.
Yeah.
Giving us amazing immersive experience.
Yeah.
So let's start the presentation today. We'd like to introduce the content into 5 parts. To start with, I'd like to first tell you what is XR. We can see from these pictures that the actors is interacting with the background in real time, giving the performers and also the audience the feeling of getting deep into the reality. This is what we call XR. And to make it more simple, we'd like to say it is just something that makes the miracles. It just makes our imaginations into the reality. And then I'd like to show you one of the cases we have done in Russia. This is one of the video.
Иван пошел. Вот это супер. Стоп.
Yes, this is one of the cases we have made in Russia. We use the product of AF series 2.9. I will introduce this product to you in the later part. Here we can see from the videos that the LED screens were used as the background to imitate a big forest. It's feeling like the riders is really riding in a forest. This is what we call XR. Hey Charles, I know you are a tech guy and very specialized in XR field. So could you please introduce more about this term to us?
Okay. It's my honor to be here to introduce the XR technology. XR is called extended reality. Is a classroom term for the VR, AR, and MR. It is combine all the technology, real and unreal, to be a very amazing effects. So about what AR, VR, and MR, I will display one by one. For VR, I think you guys maybe have the experience in the video game, the VR video game.
Yeah, VR
So,
games.
and it's 100% of the completely vertical digital environment, right? So that's in the game is you looks like real, but it's unreal things in the does not exist in the real life. And AR is based on the real world superimpose the digital environment, and MR is the mixture of both AR and VR, and make things look like real. That's the basic concept of the XR. XR is a lot of XR is a definition of all these technologies, and it's a combination.
Thank you, Charles. As we all know, the XR technology has been very widely used all over the world. Then let's find out what's the applications of this technology. Hey, Charles, could you please share some information about this for us?
Of course. So as you know, during this pandemic, COVID, many people stay home, cannot go outside. So all the event industry shut down. So it's but there's still some active events still active, such like the TV station, the new products launch meeting, and the film production, music production, and also some DJ events, and such like the XR stage, broadcasting, and educational events, and more. And this is an event that's still active during this pandemic.
Now we have know what's the definition of XR and also some applications of this technology. Then why should we use XR? What's the advantages of this technology? Let's find it out.
For the XR, there's a lot of advantage, but I will show you an example and list some advantages of the XR. First one is it delivers the immersive experience that made the XR application standing out. And number two is high efficiency shooting, and the next advantage is that it will reduce the cost of the special effects. As you guys may know, the post production takes a lot of time. And the last advantage is that the effect is more real.
Yes, we can see from this picture that the actors are doing some postures and some actions during a room full of green screens. To be exact, I'd like to call it just the green clothes, because there is nothing in front of them, nothing behind of them. There is no surroundings. During this kind of shooting, the actors cannot enter the scene very quickly, and sometimes an actions maybe need to be repeated for many times. But using the LED screen is a totally different experience. From these pictures, we can see there is a three-dimensional LED screens which creates an immersive world. By using such a studio with LED screens, it's more friendly to our actors, allowing them to very quickly enter the roles. And also, there is another advantage that the situations can be switched very freely at any time. After introducing this point, I'd like also to mention that it will also be very friendly to the production teams.
So here you can here I will introduce the advantage of about the cost comparison. And from this chart you can see by the data comparison, the traditional shooting cost is 6 times than the LED display scene shooting, and save a lot of money. So just take for example, the filming of the green screen will last 135 minutes and will cost $270 million. But what about the LED display shooting? The LED display shooting, such as, take for example, for the Mandalorian movie, for example, which is last 315 minutes and it costs only $100 million. That means you save 6 times of the cost of the production.
Now we have known the advantages of XR stage. Then we need to know how can we build a professional XR studio. Let's find it out. To make a professional XR studio, we need the LED screens, which is the most important part. Here I'd like to take the Mandalorian as the example. Mandalorian has used its 3-dimensional LED screens to form an angle of 216 degrees, a curved video wall, and also another ceiling screen with a very huge size of 850 square meters. Usually, the XR Studio is built with 3 size LED screens to form a 3D space in order to achieve the effect of expanding reality. Except for the LED screens, we also need some other equipment. Here we can see the first part is about the camera. We need the video camera and also the arm for the camera. And then we need the dynamic tracking systems. With this tracking systems, we know the position of the actors and it will follow the actors to change the scene. And then is the media server and the LED screen control system. Also the LED screens. Lastly, we need a production team to combine all these things together. Hey Charles, I know you are very specialized in tech. So could you please tell us how it works?
Okay, so thank you. So from this Mac, maybe it looks like more complicated for someone, but normally the XR Studio processes this is the workflow of the XR process. So from the step 1, we had a production, creation, directions, like the custom content, and show design. Also sometimes it's the project consumption. That's the process step before the XR project. And also at the same time, the real time is the graphic creation and virtual environments build up, and the AR real time graphics. So this is the from step. So this is the from step before the production. And the next step is you have when you want to start the production. Also, we have some hardware and equipment, such like the extended reality controller, right? And the 3D simulation video mapping server, and some real-time environment, some real-time graphic for the virtual environments, and also the real-time graphic for AR. So you can see all this is the after this is the steps before the setup. The tracking data at the bottom, that's the tracking data to the camera tracking, and to another camera, and then output, real-time output. And in the middle, that shows the virtual environment to the LED display, to the output. So this is the studio setup, which is a precise LED for the XR studio. The human being and the actor, the physical plot, and the video floor. This is a precise studio based one. And also the XR studio including the lighting system. You have the lighting control to the lighting. You light this up to make the stage shining. So that's the workflow, the basic workflow of the XR Studio process.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you for your clear explanation. Now I'd like to make a brief summary. We'd like to divide all the systems into 4 parts, and 3 systems and also another middle server. The first system is the LED screen system. We will use the LED screen as the background. And the second is the dynamic tracking system. It will know the positions of the actors and then and then change the images together with the actors. And the third system is the robotic arm camera system. With this as a combination of the live camera and also the virtual camera. We need to make sure they will work together. And the last is the central processing middle server. I like to call it the brain of the whole system because it's the real-time rendering of the images on the LED screens. Also, it will control the LED screens also as well as the virtual cameras. Sometimes if we need the special effects, it can also add this kind of effects to the whole systems.
So you guys know LED video walls is a very important part of the XR Studio. What's the requirements for the LED video walls for the XR? So here we go.
One of the most important part is about the color. For the film shooting color gamut, the requirements is always as close as the standard REC 2020, and the basic requirement is BT709. But for LED screens, we will always use the standards of DCI-P3. Why we use these standards? Because this is the standard we can do at most for LED screens. But sometimes we will need to use some customized LED screens. The wider the color gamut is, and the more colors shows, it will be more closer to the reality. And this is about the HDR technology. I believe many of you may have tried this function in our phones. It will make the pictures very clear and very beautiful. Why it can do this? Because HDR is a function which will give us more details on the different brightness. We can see when it's too dark or it's too bright, we can see the details with this function. So it is always a must for a child studio.
So gray level, about the gray level. So I think you could, for anyone in the LED industry, many people concerned about the gray level. For the film industry, also gray level is very important. Now in the market, maybe you know there's a 14 bit or 16 bit or 18 bit. That means the gray level. So with the more advanced equipment, we can achieve the high gray level and the low brightness to the high contrast with the high upgrade IC chip when we're doing the professional virtual shooting, especially when you do the shooting for the TV studio or the filmmaking. And this issue shows the calibration for the gray level. So you can see the MAC before the adjustment and after the adjustment. That's a big difference, right? And on the top, you can see the low accuracy gray level image. You can see is not matched, but the higher grayscale image that match the images. And this map also, this is the original, shows the color, the original colors. On the left, this is the original pictures. On the top, you can see this picture. The flower is more red. But this is before the adjustment. But after this, on the top at the bottom, this picture shows after the adjustment. So you can see this color is more close to the original color from the as the left pictures.
Yes, except for the factors we have mentioned, I'd like to introduce about the refresh rate because it's also a very important part for the requirements of the LED screens. Always to make sure the image is very stable and it works very smooth, we will need the high refresh rate. Always we will ask for about 3840 Hz. Please remember this number, 3840 Hz, high refresh rate.
So as the full package of the XR Studio, selling screen also be one part of the XR Studio, right? So the atmosphere, here, rendering and lighting, floor LED. And we need a high resolution solution in order to make immersive shooting, especially like the TV station shooting. The video source of the background is very high resolution, and especially for the video source. I know you guys here, maybe many VJs, you guys have had the experience. And we can install this vertical display default to the 1080p or higher resolution. The horizontal display refers to the shooting requirements. Normally, the LED video board, the height is no less than 3 meters. And about the pictures, we had different options for different LED screens, like the main screen as the background screen. Normally, we use the 1.5 to 3.9. The floor LED, we have the 2.5 to 4.8. Selling screen, we also sometimes use 2.5 to 4.8. So today we have the demo here. It's a 2.6 GOP. And also we can choose the selling and floor LED with a bigger pitch than the main screen. That's really normal in the XR applications. So the pixel pitch is decided by the distance from the locations of the actors to the LED display. So we can see from the S1 to S2, we can receive all the information and images when we're standing between the S1 and S2.
And also about the color temperature. We all know that there is always a standard color temperature. It is 6,500, but it is always adjustable due to different applications. We can adjust it higher or lower according to our applications. It's very flexible. And this is about the low latency and also the high frequency frame. These two factors are also needed for our XR Studio. Here is about the installations.
Okay, there's a lot of installations about the LED video boards. As we know, we have the hanging install or the freestanding. So this is shows all the freestanding. From the pictures from left is the frame and rear frame application on the huge XR stage. On the right side, it shows a professional photos studio. It's very easy and more flat. And this is the installation. So sometimes you can see we have the curved video walls. We have some other installations like this hanging, and we have the free side exercise stage, and this and this, and this is including the selling screen installation.
And then I'd like to introduce about the control systems because not only the screens is not enough. We have two solutions recommended for you. One is from the Nova Star and the other is from the Brompton. And this is the first solutions. First, we will use the MCTR 4K as the sending card, and then we will use the receiving card of A8S or A10S, and also the high refresh rate IC from PWM. And also, this is the solution from Brompton. Here we will use the XD Decentrator SX40 and also the receive card from Brompton, that is R2. And lastly, the IC from MBI, a big brand.
Here's the XR solutions. I will introduce more details. So this is our products, LED products for the XR Studio and XR Stage. Here is the AF processors. Christy, could you please introduce the product to the customers?
Yes, let's have the sample first. Then let's have a look of our bestseller, especially for indoor high-end applications. AF series. Today I'd like to recommend it as the main screen for the XR Studio. The cabinet size is 500 by 500 millimeters. We can see this is a standard size, acknowledged by most of our rental clients. This cabinet is with the modular design. What does it mean? The cabinet was made up by three parts. One is the frame, one is the modulars, and the last part is the control box. We can take off all these three parts down to do, we can take down all these three parts as we like. So it will be very friendly for us to make the shipment because we can separate them individually for the shipment, and we can also, it will also be very friendly for our installations and also for our repairing works because we can do the maintenance both from the front side and also the back side. And then I'd like to have a look at this curve lock. I can operate it for you. As 5 degrees both for convex and also for concave. This curve lock is with one of our special design patents. So it is very convenient for us to use them. Lastly, I'd like to show you more details about this product. Here is a T-type hook. We always use it for hung-in installations. Here we have a button here. Push it, then the T-hook will be out, and we can do the hung installations with this by just one person. And here we can see an automatic protector for angles. With this protector, we can avoid the damage of the pixel pitches. It's very important for the products of smaller pixel pitch. And lastly, I'd like to show you about some special designs. Here we have the handles for the modules, so it will be very easy for us to push it out and for us to hold it. And here is a string. We call it safety string because when there are some dangerous situations, for example, the modules will be fall down, we can use this string to keep it safe. And here we can see some marks. Here is the lock and here is unlock. With these marks, it will be very convenient for us to know the situation of the lots. So we can see that this product is very exquisite. This is about the introduction of this product AF series. Thank you.
Thank you for introduction, Chris. It's introduction. So, next step, I will introduce you two amazing products of the two rental products for the XR solutions. So here's here in front of me. This is a floor LED, which is called the MS series. So about these products, I think there's some key points of the floor LED. So this type is the GOB technology, which is a GOB 2.6 mil, 2.6 pitch, very tight pitch. So you guys maybe know the floor LED normally is a 4.8 or 5.9 sometimes, but here is a 2.6. It's a very tight pitch floor LED. Okay, that's number one key points. And second, for the floor LED, that's how strong the LED is. With GOB is much stronger than the SMD1. So you can see how strong the module is. It's a modular design, of course. So it's very strong modules. You can knock on these modules, no problem. And also, the second one is you can see also it is from serviceable. So the module you can pull out from the front. So made the maintenance very easy. Okay. And also the customer has questions about one of my industry friend asked about the IP rate. This is the IP rate is very high. So for example, the cook, some customer will worry about if there's some water or cook pouring onto the floor LED, what happened? It will damage the module or the LED? No. With this IP rate and this GOB technology, no problem for the cook and water on the surface. And also about the LED, floor LED, sometimes for the car show, when sometimes you drive on a car, SUV, on it, the roll beading is also a main features. So with this strong panel frame, no problem. So that's the second main features. Number three, the features. You guys may know sometimes you put a LED onto the floor. If the floor is not flat, like this, or the exhibition center on the studio, the floor is not flat most of the time, you know. So how to keep the horizontal and balance of the floor LED video wall? So here you can see we have the height adjuster, which you can adjust the height and keep the horizontal level. You can see it. So this is the floor LED, some amazing features. And also this LED floor, we have used the standard size, 500 by 500 millimeter. This is a standard rental panel size. And this type also can be used Nova processor and also Brompton. Okay. Here is the next product I would like to check with you guys. This is UC series. It's a creative LED display for all kinds of applications. So why is this called creative? Because it has many possibilities. This type of product is different than the standard rental products, right? You see, there's many. So just check out the look. It has many locks, holes. Why? Why have this design? Because you need to do a lot of design and different concepts. Sometimes you can build a tower. Sometimes you want to build a column four size. Also, sometimes you build an S shape. You can change the style by changing the locks. And also, we have the user-friendly locking system, which is around one-man operation, especially easy for the hanging installation. Okay, and it's also modular design. For sure, we have also had the four corner protections to protect the corners damage. Okay, so becomes a very standard popular items for the rental market. So it can be touring, it can be normal stage, it can be XR solution. So this is perfect for the different desire for the XR solutions. So here's the two products. Here I will check with you guys. Okay. So Christy, come back on stage. Okay. This is the brief introduction for our rental products. But for the more details, you can check from YouTube, Facebook, or our official website. So let's review some specs of these products. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is the specs for our XR LED solutions. From next stage, I would like to introduce my colleague Christy to share some projects of from our customers from all over the world. Christy, come on stage.
I am back. Then we'd like to show some beautiful cases we have done all over the world. All of these cases are from our XR applications. And we can see here is one of the XR stage in USA. And this one is one of the XR stage with both the selling screens and also the main screens in Poland. And this is one of the video taken by one of our clients in Russia. We can see it's really like in a desert, right? And the last one, we can see a whole setup for the XR Studio. Here we use the product UC 2.6 as the main screen, and also for the floor screen with the M+. And we can also see some other equipment involved in this XR Studio, right?
Thank you. Thank you for the brief introduction of Christy's introduction. So from this presentation, maybe you guys have a new feeling about XR stage. Here in the headquarters of Dicolor, we built an XR stage, a real LED stage, XR stage. We will move to the XR studio. So Christy will move to that location. Don't walk away. Stay there. We will be back after 1 minute. See you later.
We will be back. See you later. Bye.
Hello everyone, this is your old Chinese friend Charles. Nice to see you again.
Hello everyone, I am Christy who is in charge of the Canada market. Very nice to see you, my old friend here. And today I'd like to introduce our XR stage on the second scene. This is our XR stage, the screen part of our XR studio. And this is just a small part of our showroom. Hey Charles, could you please make a brief introduction of this setup?
It's my pleasure. So as you can see behind me, there's two backdrop LED videos.
Yes, here.
Also on the floor, also we have the LED floor LED.
Yes.
So we can feel it, and also it can be interactive function. Christy, you can feel it?
Yes. I'd like to have a try. Could you please take a video for me?
Of course.
Thank
My-
you. You are a gentleman.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, here's the video.
Whoa, I love this video. Thank you.
Yo, you looks like you're very, very beautiful. You looks like a movie star.
Oh, thank you. You flattered me, but I think you look like a rap star.
Oh.
Maybe you have the talent of being a big movie star.
Really?
Really?
Who knows?
Yes. So, is this the first set of XR Studio?
In fact, to be exact, this is the only small part of the XR studio. Not only this part, also the XR studio also included to the robot camera system,
Yes, the camera.
media server, and also the dynamic tracking system for the movement.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you see the
if
movement?
we move and then the background will move
Yeah,
together. with
exactly.
us.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes. As I know, the XR technology has become very popular all over the world, including USA. So could you please show us some other information on this?
Oh, of course. So since last year, also we have received a lot of XR projects and inquiries. And it's not just only the US, also we received the inquiries from Russia, Malaysia,
also
some
Canada,
other countries.
right?
Yeah.
Whoa, so what's the special advantage of this technology? What makes it become so popular?
Well, there's a why XR becomes so popular. I think there's two main reasons. Number one reason is the XR. I think Christy, you have watched a lot of Hollywood movies, right?
Yes, I love.
So have you watched the behind the actor? There's a green screen, background screen.
Yeah, I have learned that. There will be a green screen. To be exact, I'd like to call it just a green clothes. Actors will just move with nothing in front, nothing back,
Yeah.
and they will just move with nothing else beside.
Yes, in the motion movies, there's a lot of movements. So for the actors, you have to follow the camera or the directors' suggestions and tell you what to do. But behind the screen, that without it, and then you had to imagine how you looks like. You know, it looks like something strange, embarrassment. You know.
Too embarrassed.
And number two reason why XR becomes more popular because in the movie, and especially the Hollywood movies, there's a lot of productions cost a lot of money. For example, you had to go out for the filmmaking, you know, for the dance song, right?
Yes, dinosaur.
But with the XR technology now made things possible. Over here, you can feel wow, you are in a desert song, so. Or you are in a building, so you can feel more the environment, more connected to the environment.
Yeah,
more feeling. Yeah, looks like real. Yeah.
Yeah, make me feel like maybe in a real world.
Yes.
Really.
And number two, it's made the production the cost down a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard that the Mandalorian it have saved a lot, about 5 times.
Oh,
lower.
5 times. It's a lot.
Whoa,
That's a lot.
really amazing.
That's a lot.
I think it can take the place of green screen.
Exactly. So today, me and Christy is the host to introduce about the XR technology to our customers. But about XR, we have many more details and information not going to share to you all today. We have upcoming opportunities to introduce XR. Christy, I know you have upcoming projects. I know you are going to send to Canada, right?
Yes.
So
That's true.
I would suggest by next live streaming, and Christy will introduce you much more about the details to our customers.
Yes, if I had the chance, I'd like to share more information to all of you. So if you would like to know more information, and be free to contact us by email or visit our website at
www.dicolor.cn. Thank you for your time today. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time. Bye
See you next
bye.
time. Bye.